Hey, Chris Hagan here. This is a new Chris Hagan experience. If you want to talk about people like on Facebook complaining about stuff, you need to look no farther than Tom Lovelace here. Him and his wife Rita Lovelace. Golly gee, they got fed up with all the flooding that went on this area. If you look at the corner here, the Indians would not even build here.
Right.
Because it flooded. So then the white people come along and we start building a town right here. And we were surprised that it flooded.
Yep.
And it flooded all the time. People remember, I guess one of the big ones was 73.
73 was the biggest.
73 was the biggest. Then we had 93.
Yeah, and 73 was the biggest. 93 outdid it.
Okay, 93 was bigger than
But
73.
They were similar, but 93 was really the longest and the biggest.
And then 1995.
95.
And then you're an engineer.
Right.
We're going to walk this way, so bear with us because there's a lot of road traffic here. So we're going to go this way just so we can talk. Excuse me. All right. Sorry for the delay.
Sorry.
So when did you decide it was time to get involved and work on the levee?
It was right after the 1993 flood.
Okay.
During the flood, my grandson was taken very ill. And my wife got the call, and his father took 45 minutes to get that boy to the hospital because all the roads were flooded.
Right.
And my wife got up and said, nobody's son is going to have to go through this again because we can get a levee.
Right.
I'm going to get a levee built. And that started in 1993.
That started in 1993. When did the levee get built?
It went into operation in 2006.
2006. So the wheels of government go pretty slow.
Very slowly. That's why she did most of the political work.
So Dick Gephardt was our congressman. This is a federal issue.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
not a state issue. It's not a city issue. But yet it's a state, city, county issue.
Yes.
But it's mainly the federal government
Yes, ma'am.
is what came into it. And the United States Army Corps of Engineers.
Well, yes. They're the ones that built it.
Right.
And Rita had to work with them and with the Representative Gephardt to convince them that it was a project worth doing. So that took some time. You can imagine with
Right.
the red tape, with bureaucracies, it took 10 solid years to get that approved and funded.
Okay. So it took 10 years. So we're going to stop at the number 10. How high would the water be in the street right now?
Today, it would be about 2 or 3 feet over our head.
Okay.
To the-
So it'd be about 8, 9 feet
8
high
or
right
8
here.
or 9 foot high.
Right.
Now, as a point of interest, that's 10 feet below the top of the dam.
Okay. All right.
So we got safety.
So we got, and we now have the when JMH sold to Mercy, we got like their old generator. So we've got
Yes,
the
we
pump
can
and
back up.
everything, so that if it would kind of fail, we're still covered.
Yes.
That was an issue for
Yes, it was. It was a very important issue.
a long time. But you know, we live at a time where people like to complain about stuff, but we don't actually want to know all the facts.
Right.
You're an engineer by trade, so these guys know all the facts. People like me and Rita just give us the whatever talking points and we'll go sell it.
Do you know, the problem with getting the levee built wasn't engineering. It was political and economics.
Yes.
That's why my wife was so important. She worked with the politicians and she got the money, and Representative Gephardt got us the money.
And got the money. Yeah.
And I didn't design it, but
Right.
I looked out for that.
So the Army Corps of Engineers, we had the flood of 73, we had the flood of 93. The Army Corps of Engineers, along with the Native American Indians that lived here, they knew that this was happening. So what year did the Corps of Engineers start working on a levee?
Believe it or not, 1957.
1957, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I would be 2 feet underwater right now. The water would go all the way up to U.S. Bank by Sacred Heart Church. You probably wouldn't be able to drive down West Main Street by Vineyard's Funeral Home. All this area up here, going all the way up to the bank. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Anyway, the bank up there, PetSmart, all that would be underwater right now. Crystal City, you go by right now and you look at the football field. That's not part of the levee.
No,
that has
absolutely not.
That has nothing to do with the
Nothing.
levee.
Nothing.
So that's why it's flooded, just like it always gets flooded. This area here, we're dry. People are going through, and we're not paying attention to all. And there was more people involved than just Tom and Rita, but they were definitely the people that were the driving forces and kept pushing and reminding whoever the council members were at that time that were having this meeting.
I would be remiss. We worked with some good mayors, good councilmen, local citizens. The citizens of Festus and Crystal voted the money to pay for this. They also deserve a pat on the back.
Yes. So like any good team, you got to have the leaders. You guys were definitely the leaders. You had lots of council members. You had lots of mayors. And then there was the turnover.
Every 4 years or so.
So then he had to re-educate the new guys that came in because, you know, the snow didn't get moved out in front of their driveway fast enough, so they're going to become a councilman.
That's why I stuck to the engineering part.
Well, and that's where Rita comes in, and she couldn't be here today. But you know, I've been on Main Street for 39 years as a business person. Before that, my parents owned a business, C&H Variety, where Sanchez Law Office is now. Back in the late 60s and the early 70s. I grew up at Tanglewood Acre. We rode our bicycles up and down the street. So, you know, and then you had all the flash flooding that would occur. Most all of that is stopped also. Not all of it, because it depends on where it rains and where the water is actually coming from. But the amount of inconvenience, for instance, I own Metro's Hallmark store. There's about 27 different ways to get to Metro's Hallmark store. If you were to come down here and we didn't have the levee, there would be like 3 ways to get to the store. In fact, behind Metro Supply would be a lake. And it's a stinky ass lake too. It does not smell very good at all.
1993, the track. This was a long time ago, and there's more people, more cars, more businesses. In '93, it was gridlock, utter gridlock. There was a National Guardsman on every corner directing
the traffic. Yeah, we had National Guardsmen all up and down the street. We had prisoners that they let out of jail, or they would bring them down here to help sandbag. It was a fun time for the community because it was amazing how we all kind of came together.
That's true.
So it was an interesting time. Everybody's on Facebook and stuff, and I don't think that we would get the help that we're getting today. But anyway, thank you for all the work that you did so many years ago. And everybody that wants to complain about something about politics, here's an example of how long and how much work and how many meetings. We're talking 2 or 3 meetings a month for over a decade just before stuff gets started. And then once it was started, it still wasn't done. And then, like I say, the hospital donated the generator. So we're in really, really good shape. If you don't believe me, go to Kimmswick. It's a beautiful community. There's one way in and there's one way out of Kimmswick right now. So it's an experience. So again, thank you, and tell your wife we love her.
Thank you.
All right.